Hi guys, so welcome to another episode of The Corporate Slave. Of course, have a blessed Good Friday. Now, yesterday marks my first year dun sa new company ko. So, yun. Nung pinag-start ako last year, akala ko talaga it's a prank kasi it's April 1. So, pero ito, meron akong certificate na to prove na naka 1 year na ako. So, congratulate nyo naman ako by sharing my video. Now, before I begin, of course, I would like to do a shout out kay Ruel. And he requested that I show my former Conbay peeps and of course to show all the good times. So, ito yung wall of Conbay ko. So, yeah, Conbay peeps, hi there, and subscribe and share my videos. So I would also, of course, would like to give a shout out to Julie Ann De Los Santos. So if you would like to get insurance for your loved ones and you are looking to invest, and so just reach out to her on her FB or email her for your inquiries. Yeah. So in today's episode, so I will discuss how to spot or ano ba yung signs of a bad boss, and I'll give some tips on how to navigate or deal with a bad boss. So we've all been there. I've been there. So alam ko marami kayong kwento about experiences either working or dealing with a bad boss na lahat tayo makaka-relate dito. Now, I personally believe na no one is really born bad. So, but the sad thing is most of these bosses either do these bad actions unconsciously or hindi sila aware na hindi okay yung ginagawa nila. So, yun, the first trait of a bad boss, of course, is yung wala silang respeto. So, they just don't care. And ang most common is, of course, they are not respecting your time. So, from my experience, ito yung mga nagpa-power trip na, alam mo, minsan, 5 minutes na lang before the end of the shift, biglang papatawag ng meeting. So, and yung meeting tatagal ng more than 1 hour. Na minsan, alam mo, gusto lang naman niya may kausap siya, wala namang context yung meeting So yung tipong 1 AM na kapag mid-shift ka or 8 AM kapag night shift ka, alam niyang may hirapan ka namang umuwi. So he does not respect your time. And yun, siyempre another example is yung pagiging late na dumating sa mga meetings. Of course, we all know before the pandemic, traffic naman talaga sa Pilipinas. Pero since ngayon lahat is online na, so wala nang excuse to be late. Pero ayun, late pa rin sila. So minsan, experience ko during hiring or interviews, pinaghihintay nila yung mga applicants for more than 1 hour. And then, of course, minsan bigla nilang papauwiin dahil may meeting silang kasunod-sunod. Diba? And yun, may boss nga ako before na niregalo ko ng wall clock dahil dito, pero effect late pa rin So yun, sa mga bosses out there, let's start fixing this straight and have a little more respect. So ako, ang most common solution ko dito is always try to put everything on calendar. Okay, so follow up with them the day before or at least 2 hours before if you want to schedule meetings with them. And I do not mind naman kung one-off lang Pero yeah, let's try sanayin sila to respect our time as well. So, ang masasuggest ko na book, yes, ito, The Respect Effect, para matuto naman silang magrespeto. And so, the second bad trait of bad boss is yung know it all. Okay, ito yung mga boss na may tama. Sa tingin nila palagi silang tama. Okay, so I get it. Kasi they are already experienced, and ang madalas feeling nila is alam nila lahat, so they have this God complex. Pero yun nga, minsan since tingin nilang lagi silang tama, they do not listen to reason So they always force their solutions or ideas to you, kahit alam naman natin minsan mali. So ang tip ko dito is, of course, is always present them with different solutions, okay? So with pros and cons. So kung gusto mong panigan kanila, yung options na ayaw mo na piliin nila is make it look so bad that they will side with the solution that you want. So the success rate of that discarte is around 80% that they will side with you. So yun, the third bad trait of a bad boss is yung poor listening or comprehension skills. So ito yung mga boss na parang laging tulog, laging nag-tune out, or yung utak lugaw. So kapag kausap mo sila, hindi mo alam kung naintindihan ba niya yung pinag-uusapan nyo, or alam mo yun, na-email mo na lahat, pinaghirapan mo, in-explain mo, tas hindi man lang nila binabasa, or tinatanong ka pa, nasa harap na naman niya yung solution. So minsan sa mga ganitong boss, simple is better. So minsan you might need to repeat yourself a few times, or ask them if they understood, of course in a nice way. Kasi the next bad trait is bad bosses are always sensitive. So yung palaging feel nila na iniinsulto mo sila. So alam mo, mas malambot pa sila sa bulak So sa mga bosses na sensitive and may poor comprehension, or ito yung really bad combination sila yung tipong magagalit ka agad dahil they think you're undermining their intelligence na nagpapa-approve ka lang naman ng leave. So yun, so ganitong boss, of course, be careful not to get on their bad side, kasi sila yung mga nagtatanim so they will harvest it pagdating ng performance review. So my tip is always document everything with them. Now yun nga, being sensitive, another trait na bad bosses have is related to being biased. So the sad part is, of course, they sometimes do it unconsciously. Hindi nila alam na ginagawa nila to So of course there's a lot of different bias, and I can explain a couple of them. Of course, number one is like anchoring. So ano ba tong anchoring na to? So it is when first impressions about you, and of course if you have a bad impression, it will be imprinted on them. And of course yung horns effect, na once you make a mistake, they will always remember that mistake about you, and will be used every time. So, or yung affinity bias, na they only want to deal with person that agrees with them. So agrees with their point of view. So ito yung kapag you went against their point of view, they will take it against you So ito medyo mahirap hanapan ng solution, pero at least ma-share ko lang ito with you, so that you can identify the types of biases, and of course you can act accordingly. So yeah, I know there's a lot more bad traits na I haven't identified or I haven't discussed. Kasi, well, I think for one, sometimes bad bosses use yung Jedi mind tricks nila. So they use training for their own gain. So I don't know if ito madalas yung mga bosses, they know this one. So ito yung insight. So they will identify kung anong type of person ka, and alam nila kung paano ka paikutin. So yan, that's using the training for their own gain. Okay? Or nandiyan din yung mga credit grabbers, and so on and so forth. So yun, remember, kahit sinong boss, may yabang yung mga yan So they always carry a chip on their shoulder Pero syempre, mga tao rin naman yan, may feelings din yan, and of course, they get hurt, or minsan hindi nila alam na mali yung ginagawa nila eh. So, parang mga baby ang mga yan. Okay? So, minsan, of course, just asking them how they are doing, how is their day going. So, yun, can be a game changer eh. So, game changer for them. And of course, it's beneficial for you. So, there, mga bosses out there. So, let's try to be better. After all, corporate slaves din naman tayo. So, let's identify our bad traits and try to change them so that we can make it a pleasant working environment for our staff. So, there's a lot more that I have not discussed, but of course, you can comment below so that we can, identify yung mga traits of bad bosses and we can get the discussions going. So yun, that's it. So for my next topic, I will go and discuss yung performance reviews and the salary review process. Yeah. Thank you again for watching another episode of The Corporate Slave. And please, if you like the content, support me by sharing the video. Of course, by clicking subscribe and like. And if you have some ideas or if you would like to collaborate or do a shout out, just put it on the comments. And again, I want to thank you and see you on the next video.